Hello, my friends. Welcome. Good morning. Today is the start of another weekend reading vlog, and it's going to be special because I have a 3-day weekend, so we're going to hang out for 3 days. Sorry. I got distracted. It's snowing outside, and I really hope it sticks, but I think it's too warm for that. Let me talk about my reading plans. I have one reading plan for now, and then of course I'll add more if I accomplish this goal, and I think I will, because I am currently reading the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, and this is a really highly acclaimed fantasy novel, and I have been intimidated by it just because it's a little longer, and I've checked it out from the library a few times. I've gotten a little bit of the way through, and then it was due back at the library. So I've started it and stopped it a few times now, and finally, I'm happy to report I am now on page 333, and I am loving it. I am loving it so much. I can't remember the last time I read a book where I just didn't want to stop reading, and I was just so engrossed in the world and just so in love with the writing. The writing is just extraordinary. There's multiple perspectives in this book, and one of the perspectives is told from second person, which is just done so brilliantly. And the author also has little asides in parentheses throughout the book, which really makes the world, even though it's intricate and complex and super interesting, it makes it accessible. And the language throughout is super accessible. It's not hard to follow, which is so nice to see in fantasy, because sometimes in fantasy you're just thrown into this world that's super complex and interesting, but you have no idea what's going on. And here's a perfect mixture of figure out what's going on, but also not being completely lost where you give up. I will say that it is a slower paced fantasy. So I'm 333 pages in, and there hasn't been like a big fight scene or anything like that. It's just an exploration of this world, of the people in it, of the way it's set up, of the powers within each individual, how the world works, the secrets that some people might be hiding, and it's just been lovely. So my goal today, I only have like 130 pages left or so. So hopefully this morning I'm going to finish this. And then I have the second book on hold at the library, but it's gonna be a while before it comes in, which is really sad because I just want to pick it up right now. So I'll keep you updated how that goes. Okay, so I just reached page 400 of the 5th season. And about 100 pages ago, though, there was a plot twist that I was just like, about. And then there was just another one. And I'm just in awe. I'm in awe. So good. Oh my God. I just finished it and I want to cry. Like, I never cry at books, and I want to cry because it was so freaking beautiful and the storytelling was immaculate, just all the way through, and it just tore me into a million pieces at the end. Y'all, if you have not read this book, please do. If you're intimidated because it's a fantasy and it's long, please do not be. It is absolute perfection. One of my new favorite books of all time. Wow. A million stars. Okay, so I took some time to work out, take a long shower, because I needed time to think about this book. Yes, one of my new favorite books, dare I say, of all time. I love this so much. The writing reminded me a lot of The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead, and I can't tell you exactly why, because it'll spoil both of the books. The narrative styles were very reminiscent of each other, I think. I can't recommend this book enough. I don't actually buy a lot of books. All the books that I have are either gifted or from the library. This was gifted. Thank you so much, Kaylee. But I finished this book, immediately went to my library to see if I could get my hands on the sequel, and it was going to take 7 weeks, so I actually just ordered the sequel. That's how much I love this book. But now for the rest of the day, I'm going to be picking up an arc that I have that comes out at the end of January 26th, and that is If I Disappear by Eliza Brazier. This is one of my most anticipated books of the year, mostly because of this cover, but also because it is a thriller about this girl who loves this true crime podcast, and the host of that podcast goes missing, and the girl, I think, tries to go find out for herself what happened. I'm excited to get into it. But before I do that, I'm gonna film a few videos for my channel, but then I'm gonna eat pizza and read. Hi friends! So yesterday I was able to get through 15% of If I Disappear, and it's interesting so far. I think the author is doing a really good job at building an atmosphere. The main character is interesting, creepy, stalkery, and I hope an unreliable narrator, because I think that would be cool. I really like they intersperse pieces of the podcast. So she's a true crime podcast listener, and the host of her favorite podcast kind of disappears, meaning she hasn't posted on social media in a while, so the main character decides to go look for her. And it's interesting because it's written in the perspective of the main character talking to the host. So it's written like, you told me this, you taught me this, so I'm gonna do this. So that's really interesting. I like that a lot. And I like the way that it intersperses bits and pieces of the actual podcast in the book. So I have no complaints so far. I do have a hunch as to what happened, so I'm hoping that I'm wrong. Because if I'm right, then that would be not the greatest for a thriller to figure it out in the first 15%, but I'll keep you updated. So I may have accidentally finished If I Disappeared in one sitting this morning, and I just really wanted to know what was going to happen, or what was up. So it was very addicting and kind of entrancing. I liked the book. I didn't love the book. I hated the main character, and I can't tell if she was supposed to be likable or unlikable. In fact, all the characters were unlikable. I think that was the point, but I'm not sure. I really liked the writing style. I liked that it had parts of the podcast intermixed with what was happening in the present. I liked that at the end you think you figured it out and then you realize you haven't figured it out. That was nice. But that all being said, I think that this will be a book that I will look back on in like 5 months and think, oh yeah, that was a fun read, and then not remember a single thing about it. So I had fun, no regrets reading it. It's really fun if you like mysteries. I would say it's more of a mystery than a thriller. It was very slow paced, so keep that in mind if that's not your thing for thrillers. And yeah, now I think I'm gonna write a little bit. I'm in the writing mood. And then I might start Bridgerton finally, because I've been dying to start it, and it might be now. Now might be the time. Monday. So I have off today, so you're getting an extra day of me. Yesterday, I started Bridgerton, and I'm now 4 episodes in. Obsessed, completely obsessed. I love it. I mean, the Duke, you know. And I think right now that Lady Witherspoon? Gossip Girl. I think that Gossip Girl is Penelope right now. I think I'm right. So today I'm going to do some chores. Alex and I are going to make our weekly pilgrimage to Trader Joe's and Target. And I also got this book in the mail last night, and I'm so excited to continue with the series. As you know, in love with it. I started a little bit this morning. I'm through page 35. It's already wonderful. So admittedly, I was not super productive today, which is fine. I only read like 20 more pages of the Obelisk. How do you say that? Obelisk Gate? Still very good. I also watched a few more episodes of Bridgerton, which I'm still loving, but some of the characters, actually all the characters, are annoying me right now with choices they're making. I also read an interesting article about how the show was color baiting, which I'll link below if you want to read it. I thought it was very interesting. Hey, sorry I left you hanging last night. I didn't read anything else yesterday, so there's nothing else to update you on. I hope that you have a beautiful week. I think it's going to be interesting, maybe a little hard. So if you need anything, just reach out. And if you like my videos, like and subscribe. Okay, yeah, I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye.